What is the pettiest, silliest, most meaningless hill you are willing to die on? Thanks for joining me again, guys. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe because I do these videos every single day. Push your goddamn chair in when you stand up from the table and turn off the f***ing light when you leave the room. If the door was closed when you came in, close it when you leave. Listen to me, I am your father, and don't slam it either. We aren't animals in this f***ing house. Door slams. Were you raised in a barn? When not in use, the microwave is a clock. Stop leaving your unused time on there. You just have to hit the cancel button once. Damn. Real talk. Why the f*** don't they auto clear after like 5 minutes though? Good God, I need this feature so much. My partner always leaves about 10 seconds or less on the timer, so it messes with the clock and adds one extra press to my use. This would be amazing, even if it's an option to turn on or off because some maniacs wouldn't want it for some reason. My new microwave has the option to turn off all bleeping, and that's been life-changing. Now, I need this, please. It's 2020 and we don't have microwaves that auto-clear time after a set amount of time has passed. Pathetic society. Pathetic. The person that makes a microwave that clears the time automatically will be the new Bezos. Wow. Close the dang cabinet doors. Close all the doors. Scrape your damn plate off before putting dishes into the dishwasher. I'm home from college right now, living in a 5-person home, and my sister is the only one who understands this. Everyone else basically puts meals in the dishwasher, or they let things like cereal get stuck to the plate and cups, which drives me crazy, lol. It's a dishwasher, not a garbage can. In addition, if you leave napkins/paper towels on your plate and put them in the sink, you deserve the 9th circle of hell. You're not the only person in the grocery store, lady. Move your cart to the side in anticipation of others trying to get by. It's not predicting the future, and you really need to work on your spatial awareness. This times a million. People's lack of spatial awareness or their downright assholery and thinking they are more important than you is infuriating. That if my wife just stops asking me questions and watches the movie, she'll understand what the movie is about. For the record, my wife is the best person in the world, and if I were to answer this question for her, she'd probably tell me that the way I load the dishes will eventually give her a stroke. Her way does get them cleaner after all. My wife loves asking questions at the beginning of movies or the first couple episodes of series. I have started replying, "You know as much as I do," without condensation or judgment, and she's starting to get it. That, leaving the lights on and not closing, replacing the lids on bottled, jarred items are my pet peeves. Oh god, and leaving time on the microwave and setting clocks forward in time so that you're not late. Just get to places on time. My wife's car, for example. Kill me. That box of useless cables in my closet, you know, the one that has a bunch of old USB cables, RCA cables, even S-video cables, and a shitload of AC adapters I can't find the ends for? Yeah, that box is mine, and I will never throw it away. Even if it only comes in handy once a year, I'll be damned if it doesn't feel great, feeling like a dang hero when your friend or family member needs one of those useless cables for something. Also, because that feeling of realization of having a cable you need is unparalleled. I needed an optical audio cable once, and finding one in that was better than any high I've experienced yet. How the dishwasher is loaded. The only thing worse than being the only one in the house who does the dishes is being the only one in the house who does the dishes properly. This is true. My girlfriend will stack so many dishes in the dishwasher that when they come out, like half of them are still dirty. Also, if you can't get something off of a plate without scratching at it or scrubbing really hard, what the f*** makes you think the dishwasher will clean it off? I just don't get the logic, lol. Those new extra safe high visibility headlights should not be installed in any vehicles larger than a wagon. I don't need LED spotlights pointing into my eyes from the front and all 3 mirrors. Seeing is fun for other drivers too. People who don't mix their sour cream so that it isn't soupy on top before they use it, what is wrong with them? We call those people monsters. I bought the house, so the spot in the driveway closest to the front door is mine. Roommates, park your asses on the street. Parking inconveniences at home make me irrationally angry. Where you end up parking after your spot is taken away may not even be that bad, but it's the principle, especially when it's an inconsiderate roommate. I had a place where my roommate had outlined where he wanted me to park. It was my spot, he and I agreed on it, and at least twice a week some stranger that he had over, regularly different girls, would park in my spot. It made me unreasonably angry. I could even acknowledge at the time parking on the street was only 10 feet of walking. I used to rent a house with my buddy and his girlfriend which had an obscenely steep driveway. He almost never helped either of us shovel, and he left for work early, so he would always drive over the snow and compound it into ice. Then I would always come home from my restaurant job after 10 PM and find his and some random person's car blocking the end of the driveway because they couldn't get up it. Most infuriating thing I've ever had to deal with. My wife wanted to get rid of the N64 I've had since '97. She said it looks tacky. I love her, but that. My husband wants me to get rid of the VCR I bought in 1995. He says we don't need it. But what if at some point in the future we do need it? It's not like we can get a new one. I recently had to buy a VCR as part of a Christmas gift of old home videos for my mom. Ended up spending like $80 at a pawn shop. Not easy to find anymore. Espresso, not espresso. I especially agree with you. Live streaming your kids' punishments should be illegal. People do this? What is wrong with people? Not petty, silly or meaningless. Much of the time, if you're publicising your kids' punishment on social media, you're abusing them. Driving halfway across town to save a few cents on anything because something is cheaper, on sale, or you have a coupon for a specific store is a waste of time and money the vast majority of the time. The only exception is if you're saving more than you're wasting on gas, and you probably aren't. In fact, you're probably wasting money on gas. You're really only satisfying your need to save in the immediate for that instant gratification. If you're fine with that, I'm fine with that, just don't deny it. What's worse is driving across town to save 10 cents a gallon on gas. MSG is not dangerous, and it's sad so many people miss out on its deliciousness because of misinformation. Particularly since it's in so many packaged foods, but people only really seem to be allergic to it in Chinese restaurants, not when they're crushing a tube of Pringles in a single sitting. Had an old boss of mine tell me she was allergic to Chinese food because of the MSG while eating Doritos. If you tell me you are going to defiantly do something, I am going to picture you doing it with defiance, all angry, marching around pissed off that you had to do it. It's definitely, people, definitely. Definitely and defiantly are two completely different words with completely different connotations and definitions. My high school English teacher used to talk about how much he loved reading about people defiantly going to collage. The imagery of someone being all in a huff and storming off to glue magazine clippings together is great. If there is another way to do a collage, I'm all ears. I hate to craft. That teleporters kill the person and create replicas on the other end. I've always thought about that about AI when people talk about uploading your consciousness. Is that really you who was uploaded, or did you still die and now you have an uploaded copy of yourself? You don't have to die in that case, but I think it would amount to creating a duplicate of yourself. Not at the time of uploading, but you still die eventually. Uploading your consciousness doesn't prevent the original you from dying. Wow, my head hurts now. It's here, not here. Get it right. Unless you're telling someone to stand in a very specific spot. Or calling a dog that is named here, like, come here. I name my dog Stay, so he gets really confused when I call him. Come here, Stay. Come here, Stay. I will go to enormous lengths in order to avoid speaking with someone over the phone. Email, text, go to their office, sit and fume. I don't know why exactly, but I hate it. This hill is awfully crowded. Self-plagiarism is stupid and should not be a form of plagiarism. Since you are inherently giving yourself permission, it's self-referencing. Whoever thinks you're stealing from your own works is a bit of an idiot. My experience of self-plagiarism is that it's a scary sounding way for universities to tell you not to submit an essay with paragraphs completely copied from another essay you've written. Just this weekend, my husband and I got into an argument because he claimed I fell asleep watching YouTube on my phone at 3 AM. I said I went to bed around 12. He's a web developer with a penchant for systems, so went to the home network and it showed no Wi-Fi traffic after 1 AM. Showed him my YouTube history. The thing I was watching was 2 hours long and was paused at 45 minutes in. So he's wrong, but here it is, Wednesday, and he's still butthurt about it and claims I'm gaslighting him. This is such a stupid argument. 99.9999% of spousal arguments fit into this category. Source, I'm a spouse. People that don't know the difference between losing and loosing get my downvote every time. But sometimes when you loose an arrow, you lose an arrow. Oh. It is worth pulling all the hardware off of furniture I'm throwing away. I might use it to build something someday, and screws, drawer handles, whatever are expensive. Also, never mind that huge pile of saved up hardware in the garage. My mess is my business. I have a coffee can full of screws I stripped off of shit I was throwing away. Old toys with batteries are a bonanza of small screws. Toys use the shittiest screws available. If they manage to hold a thread after you use them twice, it'll be a miracle. I'd bet those chrome painted disposable forks have better material properties than the metal screws used in toys. You can go on McMaster and get any screw you want, or any assorted screw set you'd ever need, for pennies each, made to very high quality standards. You might as well keep the plastic from the toy in case you ever need to melt it down. I'm an astronomer. I know nothing about your dumb-ass astrology sign, so stop asking me about it. Ah, classic Aries. Try being more open in life. Like me, I'm pure Cancer. Good joke though. Not every Indian dish you eat is curry flavoured. Stop. I'll raise you one more. Not everything that's curry flavoured is Indian inspired. My mom puts a little curry powder in her chickpea noodle soup. It adds a tiny bit of flavour and helps clear the nostrils if you're sick. It doesn't make it Indian inspired, it's just a spice mix. On premise is not a valid shortening of on premises. If you're going to be lazy, shorten it to on prem for sake. I'm thinking you're in IT and have been to one too many McLeod sales pitches. Improperly installed HID lights should be ticketed aggressively. Blinding everyone in the road should be illegal, especially when they're right behind you. Like, buddy, if there's anything to be seen on this road, trust me, I'm going down there first. You'll have plenty of time to react, but I'm only hitting the damn thing because you're literally blinding me, you wagon wheel. Amazing. Just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I can't play as a male character in an MMO, and I swear if I have this argument one more time with a dude that's playing as a female character, I will scream. I just wouldn't engage in the argument, just stop responding. My favourite character I ever played was a male troll priest in vanilla WoW TBC. Play whatever you like. Leaving the lights on when there's no one in the room. This is such a stupid thing, but it gets on my nerves. All water does not taste the same. I somehow keep seeing this comment everywhere. Flying cars are dumb. The idea is nice until you realise that it's too much responsibility and it costs too much for your average idiot to operate legally and safely. People have enough trouble driving in 2 dimensions. I can't imagine adding a third would help the situation. Effect versus affect. It pisses me off all the time when people use them wrong. I actually do not know the difference of these. Please enlighten me so I can stop being a criminal of this offence. Well, as far as I know, if you affect something, you create an effect. I think that's a good way of explaining it. I will argue all day long with people who use apostrophes when something is plural. Please stop. You do not have free reign over something, it is free reign. It is an equestrian metaphor, people. Doesn't Kim Jong-un have free reign though? Should've is not and has never been a grammatically correct phrase. That's why I only use the good old shoulda. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. If you put meat into a grilled cheese, it's not a gourmet grilled cheese, it's a melt. Monopoly is an inherently unbalanced and badly designed game on purpose. Whoever starts winning will simply keep winning, and the rest of the players get a slow slog to bankruptcy, and the winner is usually the most ruthless person at the table. This is why it breaks friendships. It was meant to show the unfairness of unregulated capitalism, and somehow it became an American classic. But compared to modern games, it's terrible. And the winner is usually the most ruthless person at the table. This is why it breaks friendships. Last time I played Monopoly was with my entire family at my sister's house. Shit got real. People got butthurt. It was a wild night. If you want to see Monopoly destroy friendships faster than anything, start forming factions and syndicates where you agree with someone else not to charge each other rent. Oh, that is evil.